My bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Kaspa mining is starting to slow. Will these things ever hit ROI? I'm leaving to the bull run. Don't know if Kaspa will come along. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys did enjoy that song. I know you guys were waiting for a new one. Regardless, we're taking a look at the new pricing on Hiveos. And you know what? It's not good. It's not good. I can see some reasons why it's going on and what they're probably going to be implementing in the future. But right now, let's just have a look at what things were. So previously, you could have 4 rigs for free. It didn't matter what they were, how big they were. You could have 4 for free. Then once you hit the 5th one, you now had to pay for your entire rigs. Now, a GPU rig was $3 a month, and the CPU rig was 30 cents a month. And a GPU rig was considered, as soon as you threw one GPU inside your CPU rig, it became $3. So this is where some of the things are changing as well here. But obviously, the big one here for me personally is the CPU rig cost is now 50 cents a month. I have 37 rigs of CPUs in Hiveos. That works out to be like $17.50. You know, in Canadian dollars, it's probably around $22, $23. That's like 2 Netflix subscriptions per month just to have my rigs there. So also, if you're a small miner, something now, instead of having 4 rigs for free, once you hit 5, you start paying for everything. You now only get 2 rigs for free, and once you hit the 3rd one, you begin paying for everything. So what's going on here? Obviously, we know CPU mining is destroying GPUs out there. The profitability is way better at less power costs and everything. So, you know, they're starting to capitalize on more people building CPU rigs, which makes a lot of sense. You know, inflation, you call it whatever you want. Point is, I don't think they really need to do this unless their servers and everything are going up. Personally, their servers, in my mind, have been broken lately with the APIs glitching out constantly. It looks like rigs are down, but then they're up if you SSH into them. So they have been having a lot of glitches on their end, but I think they should fix that before they start implementing this. So here's where things do kind of change, and sometimes this may be better, it might not be better. Now, when I did my farm and I built everything based on I only have 100 amps, 230 amp 240s. I built it based on the power, everything, and I kept everything separate. GPUs on their own thing, CPUs on the other. So I can't really change things around, or I don't have power to support it. I got to pretty much shift my entire farm around for this to work. But in theory, there are ways that you can save quite a bit of money. Example with my CPU mining rigs, because they are now 50 cents and one GPU is only 50 cents, you can now add a GPU to your CPU mining rig, and then it's still going to be 50 cents. You're not adding on a 50 cents here. No matter what, the lowest tier here is 50 cents per rig. So that means you can run now one GPU with one CPU and it'll still be 50 cents per month. So in theory, I could run 37 GPUs at no extra cost with the new pricing thing, where eventually, you know, that would be 2 or 3 rigs. That'd be an extra $9 or something if I was to run all that hardware, depending on the size of the rigs that I mine. Another thing I think they are actually doing, I think they're starting to gear towards proof of useful work. More vast AI possibly could be added within Hiveos itself, which means, you know, you take a 4090, you slap it on a decent CPU, you throw it in VAST. They're probably going to start implementing things like this on this, and that means it'll only be 50 cents per month for a 4090 VAST rig, which, you know, and also would make it a lot easier instead of having to know your own programming. Now, I'm not saying they're putting, you know, vast AI specifically into Hiveos, but I think I can see that happening. I've also been asking them to add bit streams and stuff into Hiveos for FPGAs and FPGA detection and stuff, so they're working on that as well. So I think they're going to be adding in a lot of features that we want and make it very easy. So, like, you know, you don't need to really know coding to run a lot of these things, you know, which is you should have for crypto. But that's one major thing Hive has always been there for people that are new to mining. It makes it pretty much just point and click, kind of how, like, I guess Windows 3.1 or whatever the one that is, or the Apple, when it first came in, you started having icons instead of moving away from DOS into that. It makes things a lot simpler for newer miners and stuff out there, where you don't really have to know too much to get up and running. So if they start implementing FPGA support as well as vast AI and other proof of useful work mechanisms into Hiveos by default with flight sheets and stuff, this pricing does then begin to make a lot more sense. But currently, the way it is right now, it doesn't really make more sense other than a big money grab, and they want more of your money. So I think they should have added all these features in before they updated these costs. Now, they do have discounts available here. I think these were always here. I'm actually pretty close to the 50 plus workers, so maybe I could get a 10% discount very, very soon here. I need another 13 workers or so. I plan on getting that eventually, depending on how my power's looking and profitability at the time. Now, here's another thing that kind of, get an extra 30% is when you actually do pay for your HiveOS, try to send 30% more, or I think it's doubled more. Or what is it? I think maybe it's 3 months. Oh, here it is. I should just read this and it makes more sense here. So deposit 3 months worth of funds, you get an extra 30% as a bonus. So if you pay for at least 3 months based on the current pricing that you have, you can get a bonus. So use all the bonuses that you can so that it makes it a little bit cheaper long term. Also, if you are planning on using HiveOS, I do have a referral link down in the description. Some of you guys might be turned off at this point because of the price increases. I've never tried really any of the other OSs. I've seen screenshots and stuff, and I just didn't really like the way they work. It doesn't mean they don't work. Depending on who you ask, you'll see a lot. Some of them are a lot slower. Some of them are a lot faster. Some of them are better. Some of them are exactly the same. Personally, Hive is pretty much all I've ever used. I love it. So even though it is costing me a little extra money now, I'm still sticking with it because personally it makes things extremely easy. CPUs that I do run are extremely profitable, so I'm not really noticing the extra cost, even though the extra cost is there. I'm not trying to vouch for HiveOS or anything, guys, but I'm going to continue to use it, and we'll just have to see what type of features they add. I hope they fix all the stupid API errors because I'm getting sick of always seeing rigs down when they're not. And it really messes up things when I'm trying to do tests and stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this video. The new pricing is in. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.